Welcome back guys, Ryan here for the London Craftsman. I hope you're well, and today's video is all about spraying, and in particular spraying MDF panels. So what you see beside me is a Graco 695 airless sprayer, and I'm spraying at about 1600 psi. I've got my dulux tray, diamond eggshell, very tough finish, and I've done my usual technique of using the top coat as the undercoat. So they've had their top coat both sides, they've been all brought in to the workshop next door, rubbed down with P240, all the Airless is sanded up as well, brought back in after they've been redusted, and we're at the stage where one face has then had its final 2 coats, completely finished, 3 coats in total. And I'm on the second face now, which is on its 2nd coat. So we're at the stage where we're just doing the final 2 coats. So I'm going to just go and spray a little bit, show you how I spray, how fast I spray to achieve those finishes, and also a quick glimpse of what it looks like once it's actually finished. So I'm going to pick up a couple of bits, and here I've got myself a small panel. This side's been completed. I'm on to the coat, the face that's only had 1 coat on. Just making sure there is no debris, just double checking. Okay, so I'm not a god at spraying. I've sprayed a fair amount, maybe over the last 8 years or so. I've been using airless sprayers, but maybe only about 4 or 5 of those have been spraying actual MDF panels. What I'm telling you now is what I've learned and what I feel you need to do. I've got myself a fine finish tip, which is a 310, and I just give the edge a burst. So I start my gun away, spray, let go here. And again, very short and sweet, very quick. And at the back, you can either just turn the workpiece around and spray the same, or go from the back. Okay, and to get a nice finish, we need to move this fast. I know it looks ridiculous, and a HVLP is probably a quarter of the speed, but this is how fast you need to move. Look, I'm about 250 mil high. The lower I go, the less nice pattern you're going to get. It's going to be a lot less atomized. It's going to be a bit more pooled, you know. So we want to get those nice atomized finish. So let's start from the top, start away. Don't overdo it. Remember, you're building up with coats. I'm sure you can see, I will give you a little view in a minute. That's one. And you can hear I've got my space heater on, just shoving this in the rack for the moment. I'll get myself one more. Here we go. So this one is finished. And flipping it over. As you can see, it's only had 1 coat. It's a bit see-through, but that still is very good for 1 coat. It's very smooth. Using the eggshell as the primer works an absolute treat. It's flat. It feels like glass. It really is flat with no lumps or bumps. Smooth. So same technique again. I'll show you once more. Make sure your bench is clean as well, and there's no paint that's going to stick to your other side. And then 200, 250 mil high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, you do whatever you feel is right, but don't put it on too heavy. And this is what you should achieve. So let's go and set this up in an area where there's a little bit of light, and I'll show you the finishes. So this piece was sprayed just now. And it does dry flatter. Considering we're spraying with household paints, without thinning, at close to 2000 psi, it's a very good finish. And I'll pick up one as well that has been completed, both sides. So this one here, I haven't flipped over yet. This is a completed one that's had weekend to dry. So look at the edges as well. The edges are solid. And believe me when I say that this is a very durable finish. I have alcove units in my front room and I've sprayed it in exactly the same way. My kids smash things up against it. Things get left on the ledges, scraped along the tops, ornaments. And it hardly marks. It really, you know, it's very, very durable. So this has had 3 coats. All the edges have probably had a few more hits because every time I do a face, I do all edges as well. So I do 3 coats on each face. So every edge has had 6 hits, just because it's worth it. It builds it up and it just gives you a nice round finish on the corners. Look how nice those corners are. And this is the one that's drying. So this has had its second, remember. It's got 1 more coat after it, but ultimately it will finish up like this one. So all I really need to do is just finish these panels, and this, as you see, is one particular job that a customer wanted me to do. So the panels have been cut up by a cutting edge workshop for us and edged with pre-edging tape and sprayed by myself in exactly the same way as I just told you. So heater on, fans on the go, 2 fans over there, my Graco 695. Remember, you can use any airless sprayer. As long as you use the right pressure, every sprayer should spray near enough the same if you're using the same pressure. My 310 fine finish tip, got a turntable on the top, decent filters to suck out your overspray. Good extraction, as in the air sucking through, good racks, bit of space, and heat is a must. So they're the ingredients, if you like, that you need to be able to give yourself an absolutely perfect finish every time without any fuss or any knowledge of sprayers, to be honest. HVLP, as we all know, is another ball game, another thing to learn, which is, you know, my friend is a car sprayer and he says it is quite fiddly and you need to learn a little bit more. Also the paints are a bit stinky, and HVLP is like a quarter at the speed because he has actually used my airless sprayer in here. So I like to stick with the airless. I'm very happy with my setup at the moment. I'm just sharing my knowledge of how I get an absolutely flawless finish on any type of sheet material or any piece of furniture, to be fair, as long as you're spraying over a sound material. So that's me saying over and out. I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. If you enjoyed it, thumbs up, subscribe, share the video. It'd be absolutely amazing. And leave a comment. Love to hear back from you. So take it easy, guys. See you in the next one. Bye for now.